In this episode, we're fixing a common issue with dropdowns in Figma where text updates don't reflect correctly after toggling visibility. Hey everyone, welcome back to Figma Fusion Studio. In the last video, we covered how to create a dropdown component in Figma with all the essential properties. If you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend watching it first to get the full context. The link is in the description below, or just click the card showing on the top right corner. We've already built the dropdown component, and it opens correctly when clicked. But we faced a common issue after updating the option text. It doesn't reflect when reopening the dropdown. Let's fix that now. Each dropdown in your design might require a different number of options. I've prepared a base set of 6 options, but you can easily increase the count based on your needs. Instead of displaying all options by default, we'll add toggle properties to control the visibility of each option individually. Starting from the second option, we'll add visibility control because at least one option will always be part of the dropdown by default. Select option 2, go to the Layer section or Properties sidebar and click on the Apply Variable Property icon. Then click the U+ icon to create a new property. Name the property option 2, set the default value to true, and click the Create Property button. Now, visibility control has been added for option 2. Now repeat the same steps for option 3 to option 6. Now each option has its own visibility control. You can toggle them on/off depending on how many options you want to show in a particular dropdown. Add max height to option container. Select the options container, the frame holding all the dropdown options. Go to the right sidebar under Height Settings. Currently, it will be set to Hug. Click on the dropdown next to Hug and change it to max height. Enter 190 as the max height. This fits approximately 5 options, assuming each option is around 38 px tall. You can always increase or decrease the max height based on how many options you want visible before scrolling is needed. Even after setting a max height, the extra options will still show unless you clip the content. Next, enable scrolling for dropdown option. Go to the Prototype tab on the right sidebar. In the Overflow Behavior section, choose Vertical Scrolling. Now, when the dropdown is open and options exceed the visible area 109 px height, users can scroll vertically through the list. Add options to the default dropdown state. Copy the options container. Paste it inside the default variant of your dropdown component. Click on the eye icon to hide the container. This ensures options are hidden by default and only show when triggered. Test your dropdown options. Go to your artboard and place the dropdown component on the canvas. Enable option. Update each option's text to Option 1, Option 2, Option 3. For the last 3 options, uncheck the visibility toggle for each, the Boolean property that created. Now go to Preview and click the dropdown. You should see only the visible options. If everything looks good, this proves the visibility toggles are working perfectly. Options container, set to Hug or max height, ends up including invisible options in its height calculation. This results in unexpected internal scrolling even when fewer options are visible. Figma, where hidden layers inside components still contribute to the parent's auto layout size even when visibility is turned off via Boolean properties. This is a current Figma limitation. Hidden variants using Boolean properties still affect the auto layout. Hopefully, Figma addresses this in a future update. For now, design with this in mind and test your dropdown scroll behavior with visibility toggles. Create Select Variant. Select your dropdown component and click the plus icon to create a new variant. Hide the options list in this variant, so only the input box remains visible. Inside the input base, select Form Text component and selected variant. Add clear icon to remove selected item on one-click action. Select the input base component inside the selected dropdown variant. Enable the Show Icon property. Change the icon to a close icon, X, from your icon set. The close icon isn't visible because it's placed below the drop-down arrow. Here's how to fix it without editing the main component. Select the icon container, where the close icons sit. In the right sidebar, click on Show More Properties to view hidden overrides. You'll notice the padding is inherited from another component. Instead of editing the main component, increase the right padding to 26 pixels directly on this instance. Now, the close icon becomes visible. Update the icon color to 555 for better visibility. Optional. Add a tooltip for better accessibility, example, clear selection. If you'd like to implement the tooltip interaction, you can add a comment here so we can handle it later. Now let's set up the interaction for the close icon. Go to prototype mode, click on the close icon, and drag the connection to the default state. Then, from the dropdown's open state, select the options container and link it to the selected state. This will make sure the interactions flow smoothly and everything works as expected. Now let's organize the selected state properly using a toggle property, just like we did for the open state. Select the main dropdown component. This will be outlined in purple. On the right sidebar, under the Properties section, click on the plus icon and choose Variant. Name this new property selected and set its default value to false. Next, select the variant where an option is selected. On the right sidebar, find the selected property and change its value to true. With this setup, we now have a proper toggle control for the open and selected state. Everything will work more consistently and reliably in drop-down interaction. Rename the option's property value to false. Let's test this out. Go to Preview mode. On clicking the drop-down, the options appear with the proper names we assigned. 3 options are hidden as expected. When we click on an option, it navigates to the selected state, and clicking the close icon takes it back to the default state. Perfect. Everything is working as expected. How to convert this dropdown into a multi-select dropdown. Create the checkbox component. Start by creating a checkbox component with 2 states. Default. Checked. Here I have created checkbox. Add checkbox to the option component. Copy the default checkbox variant. Go to the dropdown option base component. Paste the checkbox inside the auto layout. Adjust layout spacing. Increase the width of all the variant option to accommodate the checkbox and text. Update the gap between checkbox and text to 8 px. Add visibility control to checkbox. The checkbox should initially be hidden for all options. Select the checkbox and go to the right sidebar. Click the Apply Variable Property icon. Click the icon to add new Boolean property. Name it something like Show Checkbox. Set the default value to false. Apply checkbox to all option variants. Now that we've added a checkbox to the base option default component, select the checkbox inside the default option variant. Copy it using Command-C or Control-C. Paste into each variant to hover, selected, and focus. Paste the checkbox inside each variant using Command-V or Control-V. Ensure it's placed correctly inside the auto layout next to the option tag. Maintain consistent spacing and alignment. By doing this, the checkbox will appear consistently across all option states when enabled via the visibility control. Create multi-select drop-down variant. Now let's create a separate set of variants to support multi-select drop-down. Duplicate the drop-down component variant. Move it right side to keep things organized. Enable checkbox visibility. Go into the duplicated variant options. select each option individually. From the right-hand panel, toggle on the checkbox visibility. This makes the checkboxes visible for every option in the Multiselect dropdown. With these steps, we're all set to build the Multiselect functionality on top of the same base system. Add a variant property for Multiselect. Create a new variant property. Select the dropdown component, the purple bordered main component. On the right side panel, under Properties, click the plus icon and choose Variant. Name the new property as Type. Set the default value as Dropdown. Click Create Property. Rename all Multiselect variants. Select each of the duplicated variants. In the right-hand panel, under the Type property, update the value from Dropdown to Multiselect. Now your Dropdown component supports two distinct types, Standard Dropdown and Multiselect Dropdown, making it reusable and scalable in any design system. Test the Multiselect dropdown. Go to Artboard. Select the dropdown component instance on the artboard. In the right side Properties panel, locate the Type property. Change its value from Dropdown to Multiselect. Click the present icon in the top right corner to enter Preview. Click the dropdown to open options. You should see checkboxes next to each option. Try selecting multiple options. The checkboxes should toggle correctly. If you've enabled a close icon or any prototype interaction, test those as well. Let's try updating the selected text. For the Multiselect dropdown, we'll change the label to something like "To Selected." Now go to Preview mode and test it. When you click, the dropdown options appear as expected. That after selecting items and switching to the selected state, the text doesn't reflect the update we made, it still shows the default text. Let's go ahead and fix this issue. The issue here is that we didn't create variants for the text components. So let's fix that step by step. Go to the text-based component. You might not see the text clearly because it's likely using a darker color background that I'm updating with white color. That's fine for now, it won't affect anything. Select the placeholder text. Go to the right sidebar and click the plus icon next to the Properties section to add a new text variable. Name the property placeholder and set the value to placeholder as well. This will let you dynamically control the placeholder text. Now, select the selected text, which appears when an option is chosen. Again, click the plus icon in the Properties panel to create a new text variable. Name this one Selected and give it the value Selected. This will allow you to dynamically update and control both placeholder and selected text in your dropdown component. Let's go to the dropdown options and take a look. Now let's walk through and verify everything step by step. Go to the dropdown component and select the input base. Click on the placeholder text in the right sidebar, confirm that the text property is applied correctly, named placeholder with the expected value. Next, click on the selected text layer and check that the selected text property is also applied correctly. Now head to the artboard where your dropdown is placed. Select the instance and go to the right sidebar. You should now see both placeholder and selected text properties available to edit. If both text variables are visible and editable in the instance, that means everything is working correctly. Update the values in the artboard instance and then go to Preview mode to test the interaction again. Dropdown opens on click. Selection updates the text using the selected variable. Preview mode reflects everything accurately. Perfect. That confirms your dynamic text setup using Figma's text properties is working exactly as intended. Now ready to build powerful, reusable dropdown components, both single and multi-select, with clean controls and full flexibility. Just like this, you can also create a search and auto-populate dropdown the same way. Simply replace the dropdown icon with a search icon. For the multi-select, you can use variables to increase the count dynamically whenever a checkbox is selected. That's it for this video. Keep designing, keep exploring. See you in the next one.